at just what it takes for a president to be impeached. To remember, I have Nelson Harvey, who's a lawyer here in studio, and we'll be delving deeper in regards to that. All right, so let's just take a look at the graphics as you can see on your screens there. So impeaching the president, it's guided by Article 145 of the Constitution. And as you can see, it says that a member of the National Assembly, supported by at least a third of all the members, may move a motion for impeachment of the president. And looking at the basis or grounds for impeachment, so the first one there, even as listed in the Constitution, gross violation of a provision of the Constitution or of any other law. Then you have the other ground would be crime under national and international law, and then you also have gross misconduct. So those are the grounds and the basis for removing or impeaching a president. Let's just take a look at the role of the Senate in regards to impeaching the president. And that motion that I mentioned earlier that will be raised by a member of parliament with the 2/3 majority support will be forwarded to the Senate within 2 days. So within 7 days of receiving the National Assembly resolution, the Senate will convene to hear the charges. Now remember that the Senate has to come in. It plays a very big role in regards to impeaching the president. So as soon as a member of parliament has moved that motion to impeach the president, that goes to the Senate, in which the Senate should be able to appoint an 11-member special committee that will be probing the matter. And that particular committee should be able to report back in 10 days after conducting investigations and looking into that motion to impeach the president. And then, of course, the president may face the committee or have the representatives face the committee on his behalf. So you have that process there. It really is a long process. And therefore, once the committee has the findings, if the charges are substantiated, the Senate will take a vote, and then the president is impeached if the 2/3 of the members vote to uphold the charges. Remember, in this particular parliament, 2/3 means that we need about 233 members of parliament to actually vote or uphold a motion that will, of course, in turn see the impeachment if those allegations that have been made against the president are substantiated. And then, of course, now you have the vacancy in the office of the president, and then you have the scenarios. Vacancies include, maybe because of death, resignation, that will be forwarded to the speaker, and if impeached, which is the third one there. So those really are the scenarios where you can have a vacant seat for the presidency. And then, of course, they're looking when a vacancy occurs in the office of the president, the deputy president, of course, assumes office as president for the remaining of the term, the remainder of that term, the 5 years, if it's 4 years, if it's 3 years, the deputy president will be assuming office. And then if the DP, the deputy president, is unable, the speaker will be taking over for 60 days, and then within the 60 days, an election, a fresh election, will be held to, of course, bring in a new president. So those are just the scenarios with regard to just how what the grounds for impeachment will be, and the process that it takes before a president is impeached, and really what the Constitution says about a vacant office of the president. So those are just some of the facts that we wanted to present to you, even as we focus on what President Uhuru Kenyatta said yesterday.